Our last type of equation we're going to look at is equations with more than one radical. Now I have the square root of 5x plus 4 minus the square root of x equals 4. Two radicals here. This is kind of scary. Just like before, I need to square both sides of my equation, but I need to get one of the radicals by itself first. Okay, so I'm going to add that note here. Get one radical by itself. Now the reason I really want to get one radical by itself first is because if I just squared both sides now, I'd have to FOIL square root of 5x plus 4 minus the square root of x times itself, and that sounds pretty miserable. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the square root of x to both sides, which gives me the square root of 5x plus 4 equals 4 plus the square root of x. And this still looks pretty messy, but to get rid of my square root, we square both sides. And that makes this left side work out really nicely. Square root of 5x plus 4 squared is just 5x plus 4. Over here, though, we have to FOIL. 4 plus the square root of x times 4 plus the square root of x, because something squared is the thing times itself. Now let's multiply this. 4 times 4, we get 16, plus 4 squared x, plus 4 square root of x, plus the square root of x squared, which is just x. Well, shoot, we still have these radicals over here. All right, well, let's see what we can do. 5x plus 4 equals all of this stuff. Let's combine what I can. So over here, I have 16 plus 8 square root of x plus x. And this left side is still just 5x plus 4. Well, I might as well move my 16 over. Might as well move my x over. Minus 16 gives me minus 12 here. Minus x is 4x. 4x minus 12 equals 8 square root of x. Okay, now keep in mind, if something you're like, whoa, where did that come from? Try rewinding and see if you can, see if that'll help you figure out what just happened. From here, I still have a radical in my equation. So just like before, to get rid of a radical, to get rid of a square root, we have to square both sides. And sometimes you just have to square both sides a second time. So to take that 4x minus 12 and square it, so 4x minus 12 times 4x minus 12. But then 8 square root of x squared is 8 squared, which is 64x. Okay, so that's worked out really nicely. Hopefully the rest of this does too. 4x times 4x, we get 16x squared. 4x times negative 12 is minus 48x. 4x times negative 12 is minus 48x plus 144 equals 64x. Now something that you could potentially notice is that all of these terms are divisible actually by 16, and that's going to make our situation a little easier. But I'm actually going to combine a little bit more first. 16x squared, this is minus 96x, plus 144 And then subtract 64x. 16x squared minus 160x plus 144 equals 0. Okay, we're almost done. We really almost are. From here, again, everything is divisible by 16. So let's make this x squared minus 10x plus 9 equals 0. So finally, what numbers multiply to 9 and add to negative 10? That's negative 9 and negative 1. So that means x is 9 and x is 1. Check your answers, see if they work. It's a lot of work for these ones. All right, so I'm going to check my work over here. The square root of 5 times 9 is the square root of 45 plus 4 minus the square root of x. So 7 minus 3 is 4. That works. So 9 works for sure. Okay, let's check the 1. The square root of 5 times 1 plus 4 is the square root of 9 minus the square root of 1. Well, that's 3 minus 1, which does not equal 4 like we needed it to. So 1 is an extraneous solution, and x equals 9 is our only answer.